All right, my dear students. In this video session, we are going to continue solving the questions from the slides. Let's take a look at question number 6. So this is about, it says it asks for the mass and the mole. So we have the mole and we have the mass. Do you remember the formula? N is equal to M divided by capital M. Remember this formula. Also remember the other formula with Avogadro's number, N divided by Na. Just remember these two formulas. So, what does this small n represent? Remember, small n represents the amount, mole. So can we write 0.475 is equal to, it says what's the mass. So this is the mass that we need to find. And capital M represents the molar mass. So in order to find the molar mass, we have to use the periodic table. So first of all, we need to find this. I always use this method. This is calcium 3, RCnO4 2, yes? So how many calcium do we have? We have 3 calcium in this molecule. So let me write, we have 3 calcium. We have how many arsenic? 2 arsenic. Why? Because 2 is for this. How many oxygen? We will have 8 oxygen. Please don't forget that. 2 arsen, 8 oxygen, 3 calcium. And just use the periodic table. Once we add the number of elements with the masses, the answer will be 398 grams of the total mass of calcium 3 arsen O4 2. And we know that this is per 1 mole, so molar mass. So it will be 0.475 is equal to M divided by 398. So our M will be approximately 189.1. Okay, we use this formula. This is the formula method. Question number 7. So I believe I have already discussed you about this. Whenever we have the mass and the moles, if it's asking from the mass and the moles, it is quite easier to find it. What we can use which formula? Again, the one with the mass. Okay, we can use the mass formula. Always try to use this method. So it says how many moles. So we don't know what's an N value. And there are 66 grams of carbon dioxide. This is smaller mass given. And how do we find what's the molar mass of carbon dioxide? So let's write, in carbon dioxide, we have 1 carbon and 2 oxygen. 1 carbon mass is 12, and oxygen in the periodic table is 8, 16. Always remember to choose the highest number. So 16 times 2, 32. Overall mass will be 44. It will be, and it will be equal to 66 divided by, let me calculate myself, 66 divided by 44. The answer should be 1.5 moles, or we can use a double arrow method. This is one of the method I mainly use. So it says 66 grams CO2, and it says how many moles? X mole. Remember to write mole below mole, mole below mole, and gram below gram. You see, this is carbon dioxide, gram carbon dioxide, mole carbon dioxide, and mole carbon dioxide. And as we have already discussed, it's easier to work with 1 mole, and 1 mole is 44 gram. Still, we will get the same answer. We have to get the same answer. Okay, so this is question number 7. For question number 8, now it says how many moles of chloride ions. Remember, I told you in the previous questions, if we find the number of atoms, we have to include this number. For example, this is 2, yes? So we have to multiply. If it's about an atom, we have to multiply by 2. If it's about ion, the same thing. We have to consider this subscript. So, by the way, why this is an chloride ion? Remember, this is an ionic bonding, yes? So it means that we have copper 2 plus and 2 chloride minus. This is cation, this is anion. Why? Because these are ionic bondings. So, in order to answer question number 8, again, it says how many moles of chloride ions are there in 0.5 grams of chloride. So we have the mass and we have the number moles. So we can use N is equal to M divided by M. So far, we know that our N we don't know what's our N, and we know the mass 0.5. So if we find the mass of copper chlor 2, let's quickly check it. What's that? Mass copper Cl2. So the molar mass of copper Cl2 is 135 grams. Sorry, gram per mole. This is 0.5 grams. So overall 0.5 divided by 135 will be 0.0037 moles. So this is the mole of copper chlor 2. Remember, C, it asks for the ions. We know that in one copper Cl2, we have two ions, yes? So at the end, we have to multiply by 2. The same thing for atoms applies for the ions. So it will be times 2. The answer is 0.0074 moles of Cl minus, okay? Don't forget to multiply by 2. If we see the answer, you see the 0.0074. Let's take a look at question number 9. If you see the question number 9, this is another type of question. How many carbon atoms are there in 36.55 grams of diamond? So we have a gram and it asks for the atom. Always remember that whenever there is not a mole, we can change easily to the mole. So mass is given, yes? Which formula we will use to find the mole? N is equal to M divided by capital M, yes? So given mass is 36.55 grams. And what's the molar mass of diamond? It says diamond is a pure carbon, so it's 12 gram. Let's divide 36.55 divided by 12 should give us 3.045 moles. So it says how many carbon atoms. So if it's about the number of atoms, we can use this formula, N divided by Na. We already know our small n is 3.045 is equal to, we don't know our capital N, but we know Na. Na is 6.02 times 10 to the power 23. So in order to find N, we have to multiply those. 6.02 times 10 to the power 23, 6.02. The answer should be 18.335 times 10 to the power 23. You see, I have written 18 times 10 to the power 23. You can easily write it 1.8 times 10 to the power 24. It doesn't matter. You can use anything, any method you want. Thank you for listening.